Hello. Uh, has anyone been on a job search lately? Oh, just me. Awesome. Well, my name's Terry. I'm a photographer and a graphic designer, and I have been on the lookout for a full-time job for a while now. And I've been going through the process of applying for jobs, and it's just been, miserable. I I have been freelancing for a while now, and I love freelancing. The problem is there's just not enough of it, and I wish there was more of it, and I wish there was more of it consistently because I've picked up all these really expensive habits like eating. I have a very fat, very loud cat that stares at me at night. That's unnerving. I need to keep him fed as well. So, love freelancing, but looking for a full-time job. And in the beginning, I was feeling pretty confident, pretty optimistic about my options. I wanted to work for like a nonprofit and do, some kind of company that had some like higher purpose or greater good, and use my skill sets for, something good, something that would make the world better. Um, so, sorry. So from there, I didn't think this was going to be like, a big ask because I have years of experience. I'm good at what I do, which I feel, needs to be said at this point because I'm a reliable narrator. You don't have to worry about that. I'm very good at what I do. I just suck at telling future employers that I'm very good at what I do. So I started this process. And one of the big problems that I've had in searching for this job is that one of the problems that I've had in searching for this job is that a lot of haven't gotten a lot of feedback. There's been a lot of like intermittent interviews, but there's also been a lot of ghosting, and you never hear back from anyone ever. And you spend hours putting together a cover letter, a resume, a portfolio, and you never ever hear back. And after a while, it gets to the point where you just feel like maybe, it's not them. There could be like hundreds of reasons why they're not hiring right now. One particular job got back to me and said that they had over 1,000 applicants. And I was just like, where are all these people coming from? So I, at that point, like you start wondering, like, it can't just be all these external factors. Maybe it's something I'm doing, maybe it's me. Maybe and specifically, it's my cover letter and my resume that are messed up, and I'm not conveying myself properly. I'm losing myself in translation, So I gather, all my friends, my colleagues, other artists, and I just, go round robin and start asking, for their advice. And a lot of it was overwhelming and a lot of it was contradictory. But getting just the village's feedback, because if it takes a village to raise a kid, it takes a village to get a job, apparently. So some of the feedback I got, the one was you should really express yourself. Like your resume is your resume, but your cover letter is where you should really express yourself and let your personality just, come through, which sounds a lot like trying to decide like what swimsuit to wear to a family picnic. It's like some people have very different ideas about what's appropriate and what's not. And so like, I'm trying the one thing is like, you should let your personality fly, but should be relevant to the job. But it should also be solving a problem that they have. And you should also use buzzwords and keywords to make sure that everything, so that, it picks up their attention. And it's just like, what are you talking about? Like, how could I possibly do all of that? Another one was your resume. It should be tailored to each individual employer, which I thought resumes were sacrosanct. Like you just have your resume, but you should be switching out different parts of it and your skill sets and your buzzwords and your keywords and saying exactly the same thing, but in a different order in, using their language or terminology. And I was just, it's like, it's so infuriating that I need a different skill set for a job, which requires that I have an actual skill set for. So every day, one of the hardest things that I've come to embrace and to learn about myself during this job hunt process is that, you're so busy twisting yourself into this pretzel of what you think the perfect employer is looking for that you lose sight of yourself. And I can't give you advice as to how to find your perfect job yet, because I haven't found my perfect job yet. I remain optimistic. But the advice that I can give you is to not let yourself be, don't let a job description and an employer's response or non-response to it dictate your value. You should always look at yourself in the mirror in the morning and remember who you are and what you're worth, and don't let yourself be lost in translation.